Productivity is spiritual because confusion is not from God. Most Christians plan, but not in alignment with God. If you want to be consistent in this coming year, then start here. Welcome to In Alignment, the podcast where faith, purpose, and intentional planning come together to help you live boldly in the life that God is calling you. I am your host, Lady Anna, a multi-creative entrepreneur, a speaker, avid planner, and a lover of Jesus. Let's get into today's episode. So in episode 1 and 2, we tackled distraction, recognizing them and overcoming them. And today, the episode 3 in our distraction detox series, we are getting practical with 5 productivity hacks that will help you stay consistent in this coming year, that will help you be intentional and stay in alignment with your purpose and your destiny. So let's begin with our anchor scripture for this episode, and it is from Ephesians 5 verse 15 to 16. It says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity." So we must be wise in our work, and in everything that our hand finds to do. That's what the scripture is telling us, to make the most of every opportunity that comes our way. So we must not take it for granted. We must not take these opportunities for granted. We must take full advantage of the time and the open doors that God sends to our life. Okay? Have you ever felt exhausted at the end of the day, but still feel like you didn't accomplish much? Like you didn't make real progress towards the things that you were assigned to do, towards the purpose of God, towards your purpose or what God is calling you to do. I used to wake up every morning with big dreams, with big goals, with everything that I wanted to accomplish for that day. But somehow, ladies, I'll get to the end of the day realizing that nothing important got done. I basically just ran around the day busy, but making no progress towards my purpose or my goal for that day. So I had to do some deep self-reflection, and I realized that it wasn't really that I lacked the passion or I lacked the enthusiasm or the energy towards that day. It was because I lacked the structure. I lacked structure in my day. So let's be honest, ladies. Most of us are busy. We do a lot of stuff during the day, but we are really not productive at the end of it all. We're doing a lot, but we're not getting anywhere closer to fulfilling our dreams or closer to fulfilling God's purpose for us. So today, I want to share with you all some productivity hacks that has truly transformed how I move towards my God-given purpose. And trust me, I believe that they would change how you pursue yours too. And they would also help you get focused, get aligned, and start seeing results in your life starting today. So before we dive into these 5 hacks, ladies, I want you to take a deep breath in. Okay? And ask the Lord to open your heart to receive these tips. And I want you to also keep in mind that God values stewardship, that productivity isn't just about perfection, okay? It's about faithfully managing what God has placed in our hands. So God is not expecting us to be perfect in everything that we do. He's simply calling us or expecting us to be a faithful steward of everything that He has placed in our hands, including the times. Okay, so now let's jump into hack number 1, is the power of prioritization. I want you to write out your task for each day, and then I want you to single out your top 3 tasks that you must do for the day. Because what we tend to do is we have this long to-do list, we have everything that we want to tackle for the day, and we end up not at the end of the day not really getting anything done because we have so many things on our plate that we feel overwhelmed and we don't know where to start from. Or we'll start one thing and then jump to something else and jump to something else because there's so much that we want to get done in a short period of time. So write down all your tasks for the day, but I want you to select out the 3 most important things, the priorities for that day, because not every single task on our to-do list is equal in importance. Okay, there's some that weigh more, that are our non-negotiables that have to get done in that day. Use your planning device. If you use a physical planner like I do, or a digital planner, or maybe you have a notebook or a journal that you use to map out your day, I want you to write down these top 3 priorities for the day and focus on those 3. When you get done with those 3, then if you choose or if you must, then you can move on to the other things. But those 3 tasks should be your top, your main focus for the day. Okay, these are the tasks that must be completed before the day runs out. So it could be for your business, it could be in your job, it could be as a mom, it could be in whatever aspect of your life, but make sure you pick out the top 3 priorities for the day and focus on those. I saw a quote that says that if everything is a priority, then nothing truly is, and that is so true. We cannot sit here and say that everything on our to-do list carries equal priorities, because it doesn't. Okay, so don't let that don't be fooled in believing that everything is equally important. Focus on your top 3 non-negotiables for the day. All right, hack number 2 is time blocking with grace. Okay, so this is the part where you schedule your day around your energy and around your focus rhythm. What do I mean by that? Focus your those top 3 tasks, or your biggest task for the day, around the time where you feel more energetic, where you feel more alert. Those tasks are what the biggest task, or your most important task, are what you want to do around those times. Okay, so identify the times of the day when you feel most alert and active, and then schedule your most important task at that time. Jesus modeled this rhythm for us when he had moments of work and he had moments of rest. In the book of Luke chapter 5 verse 16, he would often withdraw to lonely places so that he can be in a quiet space, in a place where he rests, in a place where he spends time with his Father before he comes back into the public arena. Okay, so block focus time for your deep work and quiet breaks for prayer, for rest, or just for self-reflection. Remember that scheduling rest into our day is not laziness. It's actually part of you being a faithful steward of your time, of your body, of your health. So a tip for you is to take a 90-minute window where a 90-minute window followed by a 15-minute pause. So for 90 minutes, you are going to work hard. You are going to put everything that you have into the task that you are doing at that time. You're going to be undistracted. Turn off your phones, turn off the email alerts, turn off whatever needs to be turned off, and you're just going to zone in, to focus on that task for 90 minutes. Give it your all. And then for 15 minutes, you are going to pause and take a break so you can refresh your mind, you can clear out your mind, and you come back feeling refreshed. So time block your days. Say from this time to this time, this is the task I am doing. Then from this time to this time, this is the task I am doing. So you have blocks of time for each of your tasks. Okay. Now, hack number 3 to achieving more productive days so we can make progress towards our purpose and destiny in life is to eliminate decision fatigue. Number 3, eliminate decision fatigue. And this is just simplifying your small tasks and decisions to save yourself some mental energy for what truly matters the most. So what this looks like, for example, is to pick out your outfits the night before or the week before, or meal plan the week for the entire week, or meal plan for the night before. Pick out or meal prep and meal plan and meal prep your meals, so that when the day comes, you don't spend your time and energy trying to figure out what you're going to wear or what you're going to eat, because you prepared for this ahead of time. So plan out your outfits, plan out your meals. Proverbs 24 Verse 27 tells us, do your planning and prepare your fields before building your house. So plan the night before, plan the week before, the day before, plan ahead. Before you build anything, you have to have a plan. So save yourself that mental anguish or that extra time that it takes away from your day and just having to plan what to eat and what to wear. Use templates and reoccurring tasks. Pre-decide your morning routines. Plan them out the night before so you don't have to struggle so much to get your day started. So ladies, let's become a person of structure so that we can actually enjoy being spontaneous, or spontaneously enjoy the blessings and the presence of God in our lives. And if you need some planning templates, I will link some in the description box that you can download, a meal planner that you can download. This is the same one that I use to plan out my meals for the week. So maybe that would help you as well. All right. So hack number 4 is habit stacking with purpose. We need to attach new faith or productivity habits with our existing ones. So for example, let's say you are having a coffee break or you're brewing your coffee. So while you wait for your coffee to brew, you can say a quick prayer. Or maybe you are rebooting your computer, you're turning on your laptop while your computer is, waking up and getting everything set and ready for you. You can read a Bible verse, just one verse. So you're stacking your habits, your productivity habits with your faith or your spirituality habits. Or maybe another tip, you can journal your gratitude after your nightly skincare routine, or do your daily deep breathing and mindfulness exercises while you are waiting for your food to microwave. Okay, so stack those habits together. Attach a new faith or productivity habits with your existing one. All right, Galatians 6 verse 9 in the Amplified version tells us, let's not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a reward if we do not give in. So our consistency leads to a reward. While you are doing all this task or all this setting all these habits, stacking all these new habits with your old ones, you might seem silly. You might feel like this is not even making any difference. While you are planning your meals or picking out your clothes the night before, you might feel like this is not even doing anything or making any change. But I'm telling you, do not give up like the scripture tells us, because eventually you will reap the rewards. You will see the harvest of this micro shifts or micro changes that you have made into your day. All right. So ladies, let's move on to hack number 5. Hack number 5 is the weekly reset routines. Okay, so we need to set aside time each week to reflect, to review, and to realign. So here are some steps that we can follow for this, that I want you to follow for this. Okay, number 1, we need to celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the wins for the week, no matter how small it is. It's a way of you rewarding your brain and just releasing those good endorphins, those good hormones that make you feel good. Okay, celebrate your progress, celebrate your wins. Then secondly, I want you to reflect and review to identify throughout the week, what has distracted you? What are those things that you gave your attention to when you shouldn't have, and they ate away at your time and your focus? And next, I want you to plan for the upcoming week. I plan my week on Sundays, and that's when I meal prep. That's when I plan for the week ahead. I set my goals and my intentions for the upcoming week. So that's what I want you to do next. And lastly, I want you to pray over the next week's goals and intentions and the plans that you have made, and then prepare to take actions, because again, that's where the miracle happens, is when we take actions. Okay, so let me go over that one more time. The weekly reset routine. The first step is to celebrate your small wins, celebrate the big wins, celebrate the good moments throughout the week. And next is to reflect and review and identify the things that probably distracted you, that no longer serves you or your purpose. The next one is to plan out your week, your intentions for the upcoming week, and set your goals for the upcoming week. And then lastly, to pray over that new week, your goals, and prepare to take action. Okay. And as also part of this weekly reset routine is for you to also take a Sabbath rest. This is a divine rest. This is a rest that God has called us to. He gave us 7 days out of the week. 6 days we are to work, and the 7th we are to rest. This will help you refresh and renew your mind, your body, and your spirit. Again, I will continue to say that resting is not laziness. Do not let the devil fool you into believing that when you are resting, you are lazy. Do not let culture, the hustle mentality, make you believe that when you are resting, that you are not serious. Okay, resting is a divine command. Is a God-given command to take a Sabbath rest. It will do you good. It will do your body good. Okay, it will do your mind good. Okay, ladies, those are the 5 hacks, but let's quickly recap them. Okay, so the first one is the power of prioritization, setting your top 3 task for the day and making those your main focus. All right, number 2 is time blocking with grace. So setting time apart for each task, setting a block of time for each of your tasks, and scheduling it around the times where you're most alert and when you are most energized. Setting your heaviest task for those times when you are more alert and more energized. Okay, number 3 is eliminate the decision fatigue. So this is where you meal plan the night before, the week before, and you meal prep the night before, or you pick out your outfit the night before. So you eliminate those extra time that you spend in your day trying to figure out, what am I going to wear, or what am I going to eat, and your brain starts getting tired and just trying to make those little decisions. Okay, we want to save our brain for the main task of the day. Number 4 we said was habit stacking with purpose. This is where you take your old habits and incorporate new habits on top of it. For example, while your food is microwaving, you are doing your mindfulness, your breathing exercises, or maybe while your phone, your computer, your laptop is powering on, you read a verse, a short verse. Okay, so stack some new faith and productivity habits with your old ones. And lastly is our weekly reset routine, taking time to reflect, to review our week, and to plan for the week ahead, to realign our goals for the week ahead, to make sure that we are on top of the things that we need to do. We are, making stride and making progress towards our purpose. All right. So my challenge for you today is for you to choose one productivity hack that we just spoke about this week, and to implement it into your day. And I want you to focus on just one. I'm challenging you to just one, because small shifts actually lead to divine momentum. All right. And if perchance you didn't take anything away from today's episode, ladies, please take this one. productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters the most and what is in alignment with God's will. Okay, I'll say that one more time because I really want you to get this, that productivity is not about doing more. It's not about perfection. It is about doing what matters most in alignment to God's will for your life. All right. So ladies, this wraps up our distraction detox series. Okay. So over the past 3 weeks, we learned how to recognize, overcome, and now outwork distractions through purposeful productivity. So if this series has helped you get back in alignment, ladies, I would love for you to leave me a review and also to share your takeaways with me. You can leave a comment or you can send me an email. And also, I created a distraction detox worksheet for you all. Okay, it includes the 5 faith fueled productivity hacks that we just mentioned, also a meal planner and a habit tracker, and it's all linked in the show notes, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it is linked in the description box. So click it and download your copy today. Next week we'll be building momentum in your purpose by knowing how to plan with God in 2026. Okay, I do not want you to miss it, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in into another episode of In Alignment. Until I see you next time, stay encouraged, stay obedient, and stay in alignment. Take care.